Hello, my name is Jonathan Lugo, and this is my presentation on sports betting. For a quick overview, what is sports betting? Sports betting is the act of placing a wager to predict the outcomes of sporting events and athletes' individual accolades. They exist in all American sporting leagues and even collegiate sports, most notably the NBA, NHL, NFL, and MLB. It is a form of interactive media. The main purpose in mass media is to entertain. Brief history. Gambling has been around for millennia, namely since the Stone Age. It was even said that the six-sided die was invented in Mesopotamia. Sports betting quickly rose alongside the advent of sporting leagues. Bets would be placed as early as the 1900s with the creation of sportsbooks. In 2018, a landmark Supreme Court decision ruled to make sports betting legal, the legal status of sports betting a state issue. Sportsbooks are a venue where a gambler can wager on various sports competitions. In modern days, they are primarily digital platforms. The largest companies in the sports betting industry are FanDuel and DraftKings. It is legal in 35 states. Its implications in mass media. Advantages. Advantages to legal sports betting include higher generated profit to state economies. For example, New York State generated almost $200 million last year in sports betting revenue. Greater regulation to an existing industry. Sports betting still occurs despite being illegal, so by making it legal, you have greater control over its actions. It boosts the engagement in all four major sporting leagues. Nielsen ratings showcase a 40% increase in sports broadcasts that allow betting. Disadvantages. Disadvantages to legal sports betting include promoting addiction. The New York Times argues that sports betting can be a gateway to traditional gambling. Impacts on players' mental health. Athletes claim an increase in threats to harm when they underperform in statistical categories. Underwhelming effects on state economies. Despite being argued as an advantage, there have been cases where in states like Kansas, there have only been $7 million collected from $1.85 billion. That is about 0.467% of bet profits. Scandals. Illegal and questionable activity have been noted in the rise of sports betting. Professional athletes betting on themselves or opposing teams have been noted. Notably, the NBA player Jontay Porter, who got tried and was found guilty for a gambling scandal that he engaged in with the Toronto Raptors. Insider trading has also been found with family members of athletes. And finally, there has been subversion of typical gambling laws in which they have been labeled games of skill instead of games of chance in some states. Conclusion. Sports betting introduces a peculiar dilemma in the world of media. It has existed as long as sports have been widespread, it has the potential to provide economic benefit to local governments, and it is largely popular and accepted by most states. It can promote addiction and harm mental health. It can promote illicit behavior among business executives and professional athletes, and it is argued to dilute the entertainment impurity that sports is often associated with. These are my sources. Thank you for listening.